And she's speaking about the third identity.
What is that?
That is us, which is not Finnish, not like myself, not Finnish, not Indian, but actually a hybrid in between.
Hi, I'm Tan Lei, and in this episode of Walk and Talk Helsinki, my guest is Tino Singh, founder and CEO of kids wellness brand TwoDads. So, Tino,
Yeah.
where are we right now?
Well, this is Katajanokka, and
We have an awesome view of
the church.
church.
That's the main cathedral of Helsinki. And
To me, this is like, do you know Dumbo in New York City?
no,
There's
what was
one
that?
street.
Yeah.
There's one street in New York where you get a perfect view of the Brooklyn Bridge.
Okay.
Or is it? It's one of the bridges.
Okay.
And this is the perfect view of our Finnish church,
Yes. Or Helsinki church. you would
the
say.
Helsinki
Yeah.
church. What's special about Katajanokka for you?
Well, Katajanokka is actually a very desired location to live in because
It
it's very
is.
quiet. It's right in the middle of the city.
Yes.
You are stone throws away from, the Central Station, Stockman, great restaurants, and everything is close by. But you're on an island,
Yes.
so that means that it's actually very quiet. This is the Hotel Grand Marina, and over there you can see that. You can see the merry-go-round. What is that? Is that what you call it? No,
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ferris wheel, and this is actually a pretty new thing. I think
Well,
it's like 4 years, maybe 5 years
Yeah.
ago. And
Well,
it's
every
actually,
major European city has to have one now.
yeah,
Oh, don't they have a sauna?
they have a sauna on board. They have.
Oh, the brown ones are the saunas.
That's the sauna. Yeah. Behind here, we can see there's another huge attraction. This is the Allas Sea Pool, and it is the coolest thing I know in Finland because you can actually have a sauna inside. You can have a nice meal, and then you can also go for a little swim
Yeah.
right in the market square, which is great.
So is this closed because it's December, or is it closed because of COVID?
It's not closed. I was here this morning.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So that's the cold pool. That's the seawater.
You were swimming in there this morning.
Yes. So that's the seawater, and then the kids pool is now not in use. They don't have it in use during winter, and then because it's so shallow.
There are people swimming over there.
And then you have the swimming pool over there, and you can see people coming from sauna with their woolen hats over there.
So how cold is this water?
Well, that's where the guy just went in. That's same as the sea temperature, so it's likely to be around +1.
Why? Why do people do that?
Well, there is two.
What do you get out of it?
There's two things. What people don't realize that you don't go into that cold water because it's cold. You go into it because afterwards you feel amazing. So actually,
it's when you come out. So
It's
you
when
have
you
to
come out.
you have to suffer the pain for
in
a
the
few
beginning.
moments.
It takes a while for you to develop the tolerance.
No thanks.
So first time you can just go for 1 second or just dip halfway, half a body. But then when you get to it,
Just my ankles will be too cold.
I know, but you have to try it. And then the trick is, of course, that you can go to a really hot sauna before and after.
Where were you born, Tino?
I was born in India.
Okay. And when did you come to Finland?
My parents migrated to Finland when I was 6,
Okay.
in 1977.
Wow.
And, culture shock couldn't be,
Yeah, because I was wondering, because if you're 6,
Yeah.
maybe you're too young to feel the culture shock. Maybe it's just normal. Or do you remember?
Well, I remember, for example, that I had to translate for my parents or my mother going into a shop because we couldn't find where the milk is, because the milk is not in cartons in India. It was, at least at that time, it was in a grocery store. You would find them in plastic bags.
Yes.
And then I had to translate or ask the shopkeeper, and my mother would ask me to.
So you're talking like early teens?
No. I'm talking about like when I was around 6, 7.
Because already you were.
Well, because I had learned Finnish from the other kids in the yard. You know, I was going to the daycare and stuff, so I had picked up some Finnish.
That's the beauty of being a kid and learning
Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I've been brought up in between cultures, so because I'm exposed to both cultures. At home, I'm in an Indian environment,
Okay.
linguistically, culturally,
Okay.
you know, and the value system is the Indian value system. And then outside the home, I'm actually in the Finnish value system,
Yep.
Finnish language system.
Totally understand.
So I'd say that creates sort of a bilingual,
Bicultural.
Actually, there's an interesting book by a friend of mine, Ilona Tikka, and she's speaking about the third identity.
What is that?
That is us, which is not Finnish, not like myself, not Finnish, not Indian, but actually a hybrid in between.
Okay.
Of course, the snow was wonderful, but also very cold. And I remember everybody, all the
Ice
kids,
right now.
yeah, there's some ice. Other kids telling me that go touch, this.
With your tongue,
with
go
my
lick it.
tongue, and
Did you do it?
Of course, I did. I was stupid. I didn't know that you should.
Did you
do
get
that.
stuck?
I got stuck. And,
No way.
Yeah. And then my mother had to come with some tea, like hot water, and then.
So that's a
Thought
real
of-
thing, because I've seen
That's
it
a real thing.
in the films.
Yeah.
I've seen it in Dumb and Dumber. So
Yes.
you were stuck to a thing with your
I
tongue.
was stuck to a thing. Yeah.
Tell us about TwoDads. What is TwoDads?
TwoDads is a company myself and my business partner Sami Kuusisto founded in 2015, and the story behind it was that we were working with marketing for a lot of international brands, some cola brands, chocolate, yogurts, and so on. And then because we had kids, and we had to tell them that they can't have the same products that we were helping
Advertising,
to
yeah.
advertise and to market. We started to realize that maybe there's something wrong here, and then we thought, hey, maybe we could do something about it. We took a look and we realized that childhood obesity was increasing. In Europe, 1 in 3 kids are overweight or obese right now. We have similar numbers in Finland here too, and also we have like about a dozen doctors who have and they have all invested in the company, and then that's how we got started. And now we make juices. Yeah, you can walk that way. We make juices such as this, and the idea is to diminish the daily calorie intake of kids. And well, as it so happens, juices are #1 source for excess calorie in preschool kids' diet.
Are you saying
Yeah.
it's companies that have added bad stuff to the juice? Or are you saying
No,
if
no,
I
no.
go grab an
No.
orange from the tree
Yeah.
and squeeze that's
Yes.
bad?
No, I'm not saying it's bad, but technically it can have 11 grams of sugar inside.
What if we get fruit from the tree?
Yeah, the fruit is fine, but once it's processed, then the amount of fructose if you just bite the fruit,
Yeah.
you have also the fibers that come along with it.
Okay.
So there's a lot of good effects from the fibers inside the fruits.
Right.
And those-
so that balances.
That balances it out, and it's also about your body's response on how much insulin it produces and how much sugar. What the sugar intake. So what I mean is that if you just have the fructose and none of the fiber from the fruit, then
Got
what
it,
happens is
got it.
that your body will react to it, so that it will take more calories in from it.
That makes sense.
Luotsikatu is I believe the only street in Helsinki which actually has historically intact buildings. What I mean is that there is no modern buildings built. So these are all around 1890 to 1900 something, early 1900. And we want to say hello to Norberto and Irene, who are running a bike rental and bike repair shop here.
Okay.
We should say hello to them.
Hello.
Sorry, I have brought a camera with me, so I hope you. So this is Norberto, and he's running now.
Hi there, how you doing?
Hi, how's it going?
Fine.
And where are you from, Norberto?
Venezuela.
Wow.
Yeah,
Check it out.
long time.
Yeah. I have seen this guy salsa. He knows his stuff.
How long have you been in Katajanokka, Roberto?
We have had the shop in Katajanokka already for 10 years.
Okay.
And
So you knew him when he was living here? This guy?
yeah, a long time ago. You know, he was a child. No.
You are Mr. Katajanokka though.
No,
you
no,
seem
no,
to know everything about the
Of
streets.
course, I know
you know
people.
the
But Katajanokka is different in that way. This is Hati. She does. She repairs some clothing. Moi. And well, Katajanokka is like a village. So actually, it's interesting. I've lived in many places, but this is one of the first places where people actually say hello to you. And this used to be the barracks for the Russian military back in the day. So they used to repair their ships here. There used to be an airport here actually.
No.
In Katajanokka, yeah.
An
Way
airport.
back. And they used to, repair their engines here. And this over here, that you see that wall?
Yes,
That's Katajanokka prison. That used to be an active prison.
but not anymore.
Not anymore. I think in the 90s the government sold it, and now it's a hotel.
Okay, yeah, I know the hotel.
And funny, that used to be a real prison.
Amazing.
And you can see the little cross up there, and they used to have a chapel inside the prison. That's why the cross is there. And there's still the metal doors, you can see it. So the visitors would have to peek through this little hole, and so they have concerts here, and there's some chairs here usually during the summer. And the funny thing is that several times there's been people sitting, and you can tell that they are the former inhabitants of the prison who have come back to check it out. You
can tell.
Yes.
There's the prison door. So you're telling me you've seen some ex-cons,
Yeah, ex-cons. Yeah.
come in here
Yes.
and just
Having a coffee and
reminisce.
yeah. And there's some guys who actually escaped. So there's a couple of stories about how they threw a line across the wall and escaped. And
So we're actually within
this is the prison
walls.
courtyard. Yeah. So this is where the inmates would have been hanging around.
Have you always been an entrepreneur? You must have had jobs in your life.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that both my parents were entrepreneurs, and my grandparents were entrepreneurs. So I guess that sort of gives you like an example, I guess, which you can draw upon, and you can see that entrepreneurship is something you can do. Yes, I've had jobs, and
Did you enjoy working life?
of course,
Being an employee compared to being an
it's very
entrepreneur?
different. Of course, it's you are a small what do you call
cog.
it? A small cog in a large. So usually when you are in a employment position, you are limited to very narrow field, and you usually have your tasks that you do. But as an entrepreneur, I get to do a lot of things,
Yes.
and I like that freedom, and I like the fact that I don't have to report to anybody.
Yes.
But then again, you also have the huge responsibility. If stuff doesn't work out, then you only have yourself to blame. In Finland, in general, I don't know if it's due to the communist era influence of Soviet Union, but there is a very strong anti-entrepreneurship vibe.
But do you think it's changing, or what do you think?
I think there has been a big shift after Nokia's fall. I think it's sort of when Nokia sort of well, let's face it, there were tens of thousands of people working for Nokia here,
Definitely.
who suddenly, or not suddenly, but over the course of a few years, very short time,
Which is quite sudden, yeah.
yeah. So what happened was that they lost their job, their livelihoods. There's a lot of expats who lived or immigrants who lived here who worked for Nokia, and they were also let go, but they had already started families here. There were kids at school here, so they wanted to stay. So I think it was quite natural that some new creative ways had to be found to make your living.
So you would say the first domino, the thing that started it, was the fall of Nokia. So would you say that if Nokia was still around today, we wouldn't have Slush and we wouldn't
it's
have...
still around. Nokia's still around.
Okay, but if
it's not just
Nokia,
as bad.
if Apple never existed, if the iPhone
exactly.
never came,
Yeah.
would you say that we wouldn't have so many startups in Helsinki?
I'd say that's probably because to have startups, you need people who are desperate to do something new, or who don't have either. They have the amazing courage.
I like that. I like the
Right?
word you use, desperate, to do something new.
Well, there's only. Why do you become an entrepreneur? You either
Exactly.
you have no other choice, or you have a great idea and you're driven by that.
Yes.
Or the third thing is that you get it from your parents, or you inherit. Those are the only
That's all
three
you
ways,
know.
right? I don't know what the numbers are, but I'd say 1 in 9 or 1 in 10 startups fail.
Oh yeah.
So-
at least.
so-
Well, it depends on how you measure failure, but
Well, the failure is 3 years. That is the death valley.
Okay.
It's after 3 years. If you make it after the 3 years, you're likely to keep going.
So what year is TwoDads in right now?
We are on our 5th year,
Nice.
so we have just maybe crossed the gap. But nobody saw COVID happening. But so far we still have our nose above the water. So it's pretty.
Excellent. And I love the mission and the vision you have for TwoDads. So, Tino, thank you for an awesome walk and talk.
Thank you,
I
Sam.
learned a lot about the location and about Finland's history and about nutrition.